Hi, this is Jody L. Teich, formerly Jody Miller Young of The Hound Healer, and it is National Pet Wellness Month, and this is Annabelle, my little Chihuahua monster girl, who's going to join me today to talk about some wellness tips for pet parents. You're done, Annie? Okay. She's happy girl. I'm going to put out a couple of videos throughout the month to address common issues that I hear from pet parents about all the time. But today we're going to start with the foundation of the house. I always call it the foundation of the house because it is. It's nutrition, and nutrition heals. There's no doubt about it. So let's talk about what's best. Let's talk about how you can do the best that you can do, because it's a journey. It's not a destination. We're always approaching the destination, but it is a journey. And let's talk about why I'm telling you and suggesting, there they go. I'm suggesting what I'm suggesting. So the first thing that we want to talk about is what kind of food is best for your babies. And, oh geez, guys, what kind of food is best for your babies? Fresh. Fresh food is the best. Why? Because fresh food is going to be living food. Food that retains the vitamins and minerals that nature intended. Heat is the enemy of that. Anytime you put heat into the equation, you are killing vitamins and minerals, and then they have to be added after the fact synthetically, and it's not the same thing. So the best bets are raw food, and that's one big reason why people are constantly talking about raw food, raw food, raw food. Having live food, living food, increases the bioavailability of those vitamins and minerals in the body of your dog or cat. And why is that important? Because if it's more easily available to the body can more easily use it to create energy. And that is what's going to create a healthy animal. So, for example, in raw food, the live enzymes in the food increase the bioavailability. When food enters into the small intestines in the digestive process, that is where it goes from the small intestines into the body, and the body extracts those vitamins and minerals to create energy, which then feed the body and allow it to perform all the things that we need our dogs and cats or ourselves bodies to perform. So bioavailability is important. Raw food does that. Fresh vegetables and fresh fruits do that. You may also want to consider mixing up what you feed them. And what I mean by that is maybe feed them some meat meals. And that can be complete meals that are from good manufacturers, and you can find a couple of those under this video that you can check out. And then maybe feed them a vegetable meal, maybe 3 or 4 times a week, a fruit meal. You don't want to feed those meals close together because you don't want fruit to be in the stomach at the same time as vegetables or meat, because then it will just ferment in the stomach and create toxicity, and we don't want that. But getting these good ingredients into your pet is important. So for example, I will sometimes feed Annie, Sophie, and Jasper a fruit meal that'll consist of squash. Squash is a fruit. Some banana, some avocado. Avocado is a fruit. Maybe some blueberries or raspberries or strawberries. Now, not every animal likes everything, so you're going to have to test a little bit and see what's right for your animal. But once you find what they love, it's great to inject these kinds of things into their diet. The other thing that is important, and why fresh food and raw food in particular is so important, is dental health is improved by feeding raw. Why is that? Number one, again, the nutrients that are available to the body, that bioavailability factor, is allowing the body to heal and maintain optimal health. Another thing is that when you feed raw, generally you'll not only feed muscle meat, because that only has some vitamins and minerals, you'll also feed organ meat. Every organ in an animal's body possesses certain vitamins and minerals, amino acids that are important in the big picture to a complete profile of vitamins and minerals for your animal. And you'll also feed raw meaty bones, and they provide another set of vitamins and minerals that are important, and they also are great natural toothbrushes. And your pet enjoys brushing their teeth naturally because they love chewing on raw meaty bones. So the bones will massage the gums, and chewing on those bones will scrape the tartar off the teeth. And we all know that good dental health is a very, very important factor in good overall health. Sometimes with people and animals, poor dental health, gingivitis, infections in the mouth, lots of tartar buildup, which brings a lot of bacteria with it, is a gateway to things like heart disease and other types of very serious diseases. So we want to make sure our pets' mouths are in good health. Sometimes you'll find, and this is a beautiful thing, that just by changing the diet, things like skin allergies will improve or maybe even go away. I've had clients, students who have solved chronic ear infections, chronic eye infections, just by changing the diet. So that's another huge plus. And it makes sense, because if it's a relatively superficial, even if it's chronic, but it's relatively superficial issue, the vitamins and minerals and living food in this raw diet will be enough to stimulate the body and free the body up to do what it's designed to do, which is heal. Also, obesity is a major problem in this country, especially for people and their pets. And feeding a raw food diet helps the body manage its weight to create optimal weight for that animal. So you will find, if you have an obese pet or an overweight pet, that once you start feeding raw, the body is going to drop the weight that it no longer needs, because the carb level, the carbohydrate level, is going to drop dramatically. If you're feeding dry food, kibble, you have a high carb level. Even dry foods that boast no carbs, the kinds of things they put in that food like pea protein and others, also contribute to things like weight gain. So you will immediately be tackling weight issues when you switch to a raw or a fresh food diet. Another huge issue is the gut microbiome. We've talked about it before. A healthy gut microbiome is a healthier animal. And what does that mean? It means that the level of bacteria, good and bad, is balanced in the gut. And the microorganisms that are in a gut are balanced, so that one does not overgrow and create a problem for your animal. And it's been shown in studies that a raw food diet has created a more balanced gut microbiome. So that's something to consider as well. Now, you're not comfortable feeding raw. You're not there yet. You may never get there. That's okay. And raw isn't maybe the best for every animal, because some just don't take to it. Okay, you can try home cooking for your animal, and that's wonderful. My suggestion would be to lightly sear whatever meat or fish you are using, because again, we want to keep heat as much away from that food as possible to retain as many of the live enzymes as we can. And then include as many different colors of animal appropriate vegetables as you can in the food, because every color of vegetable brings with it different vitamins and minerals, and we want as broad a spectrum as possible. So, and it doesn't have to be necessarily all in one meal, absolutely not, but throughout the week, make sure that you include as much of a variety as you can. And don't forget healthy mushrooms, because lion's mane and shiitake and reishi, there are many mushrooms that bring with them a lot of health benefits to ward off cancer and other diseases. So make sure to include mushrooms that are healthy for your animal as well. Now, if home cooking doesn't work, another is freeze-dried. And why freeze-dried as compared to dehydrated? Dehydrated goes through a heating process. Freeze-dried is frozen, fresh. And so therefore it retains about 97% of the nutrients in the food. There are several good brands. I use Vital Essentials freeze-dried for my cat. I alternate that with raw. But you can look up some good healthy foods, and you can always reach out to me at Jody, Jody, at the Hound Healer, and I'm happy to give you some feedback. So again, this is Pet Wellness Month, October. Stay tuned for other videos. We're going to be covering things like alternative or complementary methods, natural methods to handle illness, especially acute illnesses. Empower yourself. And they're beautiful methods that work. We're going to be handling things like natural alternatives to heartworm, flea, and tick prevention. And we are going to be handling natural ways to kick toxicity to the curb. And boy, in the world that we live in today, we need all the help we can get to mitigate the toxicity levels in our bodies and in our pets' bodies. So I'm Jody L. Teich, formerly Jody Miller Young of the Hound Healer, and I'll see you back here soon to their best health ever.